Hello, my name is Stephen Nuttall. I'm a traditional blacksmith at the Tuckerton Seaport, and today I'm going to show and tell a few things that you can do at your home to give you some of the ideas of what skills and techniques are necessary in order for you to start blacksmithing. Have fun! Traditional blacksmithing is the art of using an anvil, a hammer, steel, and a fire source in order to soften the steel so that you can reshape the steel into a form that's more appropriate for your desired purpose. If you don't have these exact things as I have here, there are substitutions that you can make that will allow you to practice the skills that all blacksmiths need. In order to practice these skills, you'll need a good place to practice on. I have an anvil, that's what I'll use. If you don't have an anvil, grab yourself a 2x4, clamp it to a table. That will give you a working surface that you can use to practice these skills. In addition to a solid working surface, you'll need a hammer. I have a blacksmith hammer, which is specifically designed for this. You can use a regular claw hammer. The regular claw hammer will allow you to practice these techniques. And to substitute for the steel, just grab yourself a 1-pound packet of modeling clay. This is nice and soft. You'll be able to practice all the skills that blacksmiths use in their shop. I'll show you more in just a moment. To demonstrate these, I'm going to use my anvil, I'm going to use my hammer, and regular piece of clay that came out of that packet. What blacksmiths do is that they take metal and they reshape it. So one of the first techniques you should practice is to taking a square shape and making it round. So what we'll do is we'll take this, we'll put it on the anvil, and then we'll work the corners. You don't need to hit it too hard because it is clay, it is soft. So you just work the corners, continue to turn, and once you get the sides broken down like that, then work on the other side that you haven't touched. We'll work here, turn it 90 degrees, work there. Turn it 90 degrees, work again. Turn it 90 degrees, and we'll just continue this process. Once you've turned this into an octagon shape, then continue working on the corners that you have. So now it's in 8 sides. We're going to turn this into 16 sides. Just continue working it. Continue working the corners down until they're almost invisible. And if you see there, almost all of the sides are gone. That's one technique. The other technique is turning something round into something square. So we'll consider this round, and we'll turn this into something square. So we'll take our anvil again and our hammer, and we'll just go flat all the way across. All the way across. Start from the back. Be careful of your fingers. Just continue to turn. You don't have to work it very hard. And after a few strikes, it should be back to square shape. So after you've practiced taking your square clay to round, and you've taken your round clay and turned it back to square, let's work on something a little more challenging. So let's go back over to the anvil. Maybe I'll zoom in on this. The next technique we want to work on, since you're comfortable now working square into round and round into square, is we're going to make a taper. So for this, we're still going to use that 1/4 pound of modeling clay, and we've made it a little longer and a little thinner, and it's round. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our round modeling clay, we're going to push it right to the edge of the anvil, we're going to lift up slightly, and we're going to use the hammer, and we're going to split the hammer right in half. So half of the hammer is going to be over the material, the other half is going to hang over the material. We're going to lift up and we're going to strike. Turn it 180 degrees, strike again. And what you should have is a taper starting to form. In order to make this taper go towards the center, instead of laying it flat, we're going to lay it so that the taper starts to go into the anvil. Same thing, lift it up, half on, half off blow, strike and turn, strike and turn, strike and turn. Now we can work 90s. Strike, strike, and just turn it every time. Don't need to strike it hard because it is clay. It's probably warm where you are. It's warm where I am now. After a few strikes, you should have a nice 4-sided taper. Just like we did before when we took the clay and we made it round. We started off square, we made it round. We can do the same with this. So since we want to maintain the taper, we're going to lift up on it and we're going to strike onto the corners, making this round. Strike the corner, turn it 180. Strike where the corner was, turn it 90. Strike where the corner is, turn it 180. Strike where the corner was, and then we can start to smooth that taper right into the clay. After several strikes, you should have a nice taper that's going right into the center of the clay. Well, that's the first episode of Blacksmithing at Home with the Tuckerton Seaport. My name is Stephen Nuttall. Keep practicing, stay tuned, and stay safe. Hopefully we'll see you soon at the Tuckerton Seaport. Thank you.